Hello, my name is Olufemi Nasa. You're welcome to my channel. Please consider subscribing if you're just joining me for the first time. And for our subscribers, you're welcome. Today, I'm going to be answering some questions in regards to why people's application is not being considered when they apply through the recruitment agency. So people have been applying to the healthcare agency and yet the application is not being considered. Today I'm going to highlight some few key aspects that you need to know why you make this application. So first and foremost, I see people when they want to apply for healthcare assistant job. First of all, they go to the recruiter's website or the recruiting agency and they start to make this application. You might want to know that you have been doing all this wrongly. So stick with me while I just, run us through how we should go about it. First of all, you want to consider for any reason, if you want to make this application, the first thing that you need to do is to go to the government website. The reason why you should go to the government website is because the government are the ones that are going to be responsible for the issuing of visa. What this healthcare agency do is that they are giving you a job and they are not the one that's going to issue you visa. So you want to consider the first point of contact, which is the government website, to make an informed awareness or knowledge of the role that you are going to apply for. So stick with me while we dive in and I walk you through what it entails. Here is the government website and it says health and care worker visa. And I want us to quickly go through it so that you know what we are on about. It's an overview. It says overview, a health and care worker visa allows medical professionals to come to or stay in the UK to do an eligible job with the NHS, an NHS supplier, or in adult social care. If you or your family are from the EU, Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, and Liechtenstein, if you or your family member started living in the UK by 31st December 2020, you may be able to apply to the free EU settlement scheme. The deadline to apply was 30th June 2021 for most people. You can still apply if either you have a later deadline. For example, you are joining a family member in the UK who was living in the UK by 31st December 2020. You have reasonable grounds for being unable to apply by 30th June 2021. For example, you had an illness or were the victim of domestic abuse. Okay, that was for EU, but what we say, we've just done a quick overview of it, and now we're going to go to the eligibility so that you see the eligibility. It says your job. To qualify for the health and care worker visa, you must, please take note of this. It says you must be qualified doctor, nurse, health professional, or adult social care professional. Work in an eligible health or social care job, work for the UK employer that's been approved by the Home Office, have a certificate of sponsorship from your employer with information about the role you have been offered in the UK, be paid a minimum salary. How much depends on the type of work you do. So then check if your job is eligible. So most people they just fall short of this aspect. They go to the recruitment agency first and they start going through jobs. Oh, I think I can do this. Oh, I think I can do this. When actually they should first of all visit the government website to see what job is available for them to actually pick up and what their qualification actually covers for them to apply for the job. So a lot of people, they don't know what's qualification that is being required. So when they go to the recruitment agency and start making those applications and submitting, thinking that they've got a relevant document, the employer will see them and say, "Oh, this person is not serious. This is not the right document they need," and for for such reason they are not being considered, to work or for the agency to recruit them. So if you are well informed with this information through the government website, then you know what to present to the recruitment agency. Then they will be able to grant you their sponsorship or give you the job. And secondly, what I see people do is that they don't really push forward to actually secure this job. They find themselves going around in circles trying to get a document that is not relevant. If you get the relevant document, you might want to also call as well. Don't just say that okay, they've said that you should apply online and leave it at that. A lot of people, they are applying for this job for crying out loud. So it's left for you to do that extra digging or extra finding by picking up your phone and call this recruiter and say, okay, I've seen your job application online. I'm interested in this job. Please, I've got these qualifications. I've been on the government website. Yeah, I think I befit the job. I've got experience. So when you start saying all this and you some more confidence in doing all this, the recruiter is more willing to actually accept you compared to people that have thousands of people that have left their application online trying to secure this job. Because you've made that extra effort, it will allow this recruiter to consider you to be at the forefront of whatever they want to consider. So let's go on, and you see, like we said, we are on this government website. The knowledge of English. So you must be able to speak, read, write, and understand English. You will usually need to prove your your knowledge of English when you apply. So these are things that you need to have when you're making this application. It says if you are not eligible for a health and care worker visa, you may be eligible for another type of visa to work in the UK. So we don't want to go through all this because if, say, for instance, you are the person you want to dig deep into it, maybe you want to follow another route, you can look into this another type of visa that will allow you to come work in the UK. Is another thing you should also consider just in case you are not suitable for the healthcare. It says how long you can stay. It says your visa can last for up to 5 years before you need to extend it. You will need to apply to extend or update your visa when it expires, or if you change jobs or employer. So if you want to stay longer in the UK, you can apply to extend your visa as many times as you like, as long as you still meet the eligibility requirements. After 5 years, you may be able to apply to settle permanently in the UK, also known as indefinite leave to remain. This gives you the right to live, work, and study here for as long as you like, and apply for benefits if you are eligible. So there comes another one. It says how to apply. So we're going to look into how to apply because I know people, first of all, they go to the recruitment website, then they look at how to apply when actually they should be on the government website to check these things out before they actually go to the recruitment website. So you need to first of all visit the government website, get a whole lot of information that is required in making this application. Then you can now move to the recruitment website or the agency, and then you get details and information from them. So because once you do that, trust me, you'll be about 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of people that are ordinarily making the application just through the recruitment website, because these people, they are not well informed what they need. That's why you see sometimes these recruitment agencies, they've got window for this job. So while people are only dealing with the recruitment agency, you are here dealing with the recruitment agency as well. You are abreast with a lot of information that you got from the government website. So you are very fast and quick in getting all relevant documents because you have visited the government website, so you know what to package in terms of actually making this application and getting your visa. It says how to apply. You must apply online. How you apply depends on whether you are outside the UK and are coming to the UK, or inside the UK and extending your current visa inside the UK and switching for a different visa. If you want to change your job or employer, you must apply to update your visa. So these are things that you need to be aware of. And secondly, it says you can include your partner and children if your application to stay in the UK is to stay in the UK if they are eligible. So for some of us that want to come with our children, you want to consider this aspect as well, that your children or your family, they are going to need an extra application that you will make for them that will make them eligible to actually migrate with you, or if you want to come and work in the UK. So how long does it take? It says you can apply for a visa up to 3 months before the day you are due to start work in the UK. This date is listed on your certificate of sponsorship. As part of your application, you will need to provide your identity and provide your documents. You may need to allow extra time if you need an appointment to do this. You will find out if you need one when you start your application. Get a decision. So once you have applied online, proved your identity and provided your documents, you will usually get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks. You may be able to pay to get a faster decision. How you do this depend on whether you are outside the UK or inside the UK. How much it costs you, your partner or children will each to pay the application fee, prove you have enough personal savings. Check how much money you need. We can check that, but I think we'll leave that for now. Say what you can and cannot do. You can do you can do this as work in an eligible job, take on additional work in certain circumstances, do voluntary work, study, bring your partner and children with you as your dependents if they are eligible, travel abroad and return to the UK, apply to settle permanently in the UK, also known as indefinite leave to remain. If you have lived in the UK for 5 years and meet the other eligibility requirements, and these are the things you cannot do. It says you can't apply for most benefits or the state pension, change jobs or employer unless you update your visa. If your application is unsuccessful, you will get a full list of what you can and cannot do with health and care worker visa. So we've just quickly, this is a quick view of the whole thing on the government website. I'm going to go through in details. I want to drill deep down into it so that you get a proper insight of why a lot of people, they are not being considered for a job through the recruitment agency. So you can see we see on the government website your job. I don't want to go deep. These are not really key aspects to drill down into, but I will attach the link in the description so that you have a look, so that you can get deep into this. And it says, another one says, if you will need to meet different salary requirements. Yes, there are salary requirements you need to meet up to, and I think it's about 22,000 or so. I would, for the sake of this of us getting a proper understanding of it, let's just go into it so that I'll show you what you will need. These are, if you need to meet different salary requirements, these are the codes. It says for health service and public health manager and directors. These are areas that is being stated here that you need to meet requirements. It says salary requirements. It says you will usually need to be paid at least 25,600 per year or £10 per hour, whichever is higher. If the going rate for the job is higher than both of these, you will usually need to be paid at least the going rate. So what it's trying to tell us that this what you know basic salary that you need to meet up to for you to be able to apply for this visa. If the job that you are applying for does not really can't meet up to these requirements, you can't apply for that job. That's why I said actually the starting point is the government website. A lot of people, they don't understand it. They just rush and head to the recruitment website and they start digging. Oh, I like this job. Oh, let me apply for this job. Oh, let me apply for it. No, if you do it that way, you won't be getting it properly. You'll be wasting your time. First of all, you head to this government website. Like it stated here, it says 25,600. You need to meet that threshold. So if you know that whatever job that you're going to go out there to search through the recruitment website is going to be that they have met this criteria. So you don't need to waste your time. As soon as you look at the description of the jobs that is being posted there, you know that okay, this meets all the criteria that I need to apply for my visa. Otherwise, you just skip to the next job. So you won't be wasting your time. Okay, let's proceed. So example, your salary is 27,000 per year, but the annual going rate for the job you will be doing is 30,000. You do not meet the usual salary requirements for this visa. So that example, the example has actually explained it. You see that that visa that you're pursuing, if they said they are going to be paying you 27,000 a year, and the requirement for the visa that you're applying for is 30,000. You see, it contradicts. It does not tally, so you can't apply for such visa. So you end up wasting your time going through that application, or going through that job description and all of that. So consider first of all the government website before doing anything. So let's look into this when you can be paid less. Okay, so you might still be able to apply for a health and care worker visa if your job is eligible, but your salary is less than 25,600, or your job's usually going rate. You must still be paid at least £10 per hour. You can be paid between 70% and 90% of the usual going rate for your job if your salary is at least 20,480 per year and you meet one of the following criteria. So these are a lot of criteria that you need to meet before you can actually fall below that threshold. It says your job is in the shortage occupation, you are under 26, studying or a recent graduate or in professional training, you have a science, technology, engineering, or math STEM PhD level qualification that's relevant to your job. If you have a relevant PhD level qualification in any other subject, your salary must be at least £23,040. You have a postdoctoral position in a scientific role. So these are the criterias that you need to meet. If your salary or your wage per year falls below the threshold. So these are the criteria you need to meet. It says your job is in a shortage occupation. A shortage occupation is a skilled job where there is a shortage of worker in the UK. So I don't want to go deep into this. Like I said, I didn't want to actually go into it because I want you to actually do the digging by yourself. But I want to really highlight the major places that you can go to for you to see what we are talking about. So let's look into the apply from outside the UK. Just in case for you to know, sorry, it says knowledge of English. You need to IELTS. You need to provide how much it costs. So the cost of application, you need to know that. If you click through, you should be able to get a document you will need to apply. So these relevant document you need to provide. I would have loved to go deep into that, but I think because of for time's sake, I don't want to start taking much of our time. Like I said, I'm going to include the link in the description so that you can have a detailed look about this whole thing. It says apply from outside the UK. Let's quickly rush through that. And it says apply from outside the UK. You must apply online for health and care workers visa. Check which documents you will need to apply. Your partner or children will need to apply separately. Like we earlier stated, you need to your family member or your children, your wife, they need to apply separately. So providing your identity and providing supporting document. As part of your application, you need to provide your identity. How you do this depends on where you are from and what type of passport you have. You either have your fingerprint and photograph taken at the visa application center. This is to get biometric resident permit. Use the UK immigration ID check app to scan your identity documents. You also create or sign into your UK visa and immigration UKVI account. You'll be told what you need to do when you apply. If you do need an appointment, the center may need to keep your passport and documents while they process your application. You may have to travel to get to your nearest visa application center. This could be in another country. Apply for health and care worker visa. Apply for a skilled worker visa. You will be asked if you are applying for a health and care worker visa as part of your application. Make sure you choose yes once you have started your application. You have saved your form and complete it later. Once you have started your application, you can save your form and complete it later. Okay, continue your application. So just in case you visited this site, you've got all the information you need. You've got the information you need. The next thing you need to do is to head back to this website to make application. If, say, for instance, they've considered you, the recruitment agency, they've given you a job, so the next thing is to head up to this website. Meanwhile, you've got all the relevant information you need to provide to support your application, and also you've got your sponsorship letter or sponsorship statement from the employer or the recruitment agency. Then and relevant documents, supporting document, they will also give to you. And because you still also need to be informed if the employer, if they are registered with the government, for them to actually, you know, bring people overseas to come and work for them. A lot of people, they are being extorted because they've asked them to pay some certain amount of money, and meanwhile they don't be the government has not considered the recruitment agency to be part of the program for them to be able recruit people overseas. So you want to dig into even the recruitment agency and the employer so that you don't get scammed, or so that you don't fall into the hands of bad guys. So, like, let me reiterate my point. What I'm trying to say is that before you make your application, for you to be, strongly considered for a job offer or by a recruiter, you need to be first uh, uh, enlightened with this, with the way the application goes. You need to be abreast with information, and the best way to be abreast with information is that first of all you head to the government website, because that is the doorway for you to get your visa in the first place. So you get all this digging, you get it going, and you get all the information that you need. Then you can then head to the recruitment website, and then you present. You can apply for whatever job that is being posted. And after that application, mind you, after the application, take this on board. You don't have to stop there. If you have made the application online, you can also pick up your phone and ring them up and tell them that, oh, you are so person, that this is what you made application maybe 2 days or 3 days ago or yesterday, that you've seen this job, you think that you're the best fit for this job. You kind of show your confidence that this job, you are the best person for the job. So for them, because they are receiving a whole lot of application, it could be in a day they are receiving about 1,000, 2,000 application a day. So just imagine you making that extra effort. It's going to catapult you to the number one position, because you have made that extra effort, because they've seen that, okay, you've shown interest more than the average normal person showing interest in that job. So they're likely, I'll tell you, even 99 or 90% out of 100 likely going to consider you that have shown extra interest. So people are saying that they are not, the recruitment agency, they are not answering them. So with this little, information I've provided, I hope that when you make this application the next time, you will do this, you take according to these steps that I've just highlighted. And by God's grace, I believe that you're going to be number one to be considered, and then you can package all your documents and then move to the UK and start working. So it was nice actually sharing this information with you. If you know you are just you're joining me for the first time, please, like I said before, consider subscribing, and for you to be a part of this wonderful family. And if you want to share this information to family member, you can go ahead and share this information. If you want to give it a like, please give it a like and a comment. If you have any other questions to ask in this regard, please do, and I will be in the comment section to answer whatever question that comes, my way. So I'm going to say take care for now, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye.